vest or a person with a Safer Heights shirt, like me, myself, you can see my shirt. If you are marching, please stay in the street. If you are on the sidewalk, we cannot protect you, okay? Please stay in the street, in between the marshals. If you have a medical issue, please ask for a person with a red armband. We also have NLG, the National Lawyers Guild here, who are legally observing, and they can help you as well. Hey, they also have green hats, the National Lawyers Guild. Thank you for... Hey, and please don't litter, yo.
Yeah.
So we're going to kick this off. I'm the first speaker. So... Hey, it's only funny for the people in front. So I just want to say, hey everyone, my name is Chance. I'm a Black Palestinian. I'm from Cleveland Heights. I graduated in 2014. So this is my community right here. Every one of you that's out there, you're a part of my community. And the goal for us today is for us to come together to offer a space to center Black voices and their experiences, to support the Black people within our community and acknowledge that racism does exist here in Cleveland Heights. So as a Black man in America, my first interaction with the police came in Cleveland Heights when I was 12 years old, walking home from school on the last day of my elementary school experience. A cop pulls up to me and says, "Have you stolen any scooters lately?" implying that one was missing in the neighborhood. I kept walking and I said, "No, sir, I haven't seen any scooters recently and don't have one." And that was my first interaction with the Cleveland Heights Police and my first interaction with police. So I want to tell everyone, what we need to do is completely support the Black people fighting for systematic change and against the police at this very moment, right now. What we need to do is ensure the survival of this movement and make sure that this isn't just a moment, but a movement. And we must demand more from our community to support Black people. We must refuse to shop at stores which openly put up Blue Lives Matter flag. We must avoid places that are openly racist. And we must avoid places which seek to do nothing about the police brutality which happens in their own businesses. We must not accept performance just as much for George Floyd. This is for Breonna Taylor. This is for Ahmaud Arbery. This is for Samir Wright. This is for the boy that got brutally assaulted by the police in March. This is for all the 96 families who have lost a loved one in Cleveland. And this is for each and every single black person in America that has been murdered and taken by white supremacy. Thank you. Coming up, and he's going to talk his piece.
How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Rod, glass of Mike check. Mike check.
Okay.
All right. My name is Rod Robinson. I graduated from Heights in 2014. I want to start by thanking you guys for coming out today. This has been a week of the hardest one I've ever done in my entire life. All right? Started at Fulton last week. The protest we had in Cleveland Heights, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. You're going to walk around Severance where no one shops, where no one goes. The cops can film us, look at us, laugh at us, take pictures of us. I see black cops taking pictures, no fist up. What's that about, man? What's that about? I got a mom. She's 48 years old, raised 3 beautiful, strong black babies on her own. Because she's afraid that a cop will take their life. My grandmother, 72, marched with the Panthers. Was doing the same thing when I was my age. She was my age. 50 years ago, man. Same thing. Why are we still doing this? Why are we still doing this, man? I think when I come out and see all you guys out here, I feel so much love. I appreciate you guys so much. I feel so much love in this community, for this community, from all races, man. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of all this, man. I'm tired of waking up every day, checking Twitter, seeing another one of my people on the ground, knee on neck, holes in body, hanging from the trees, man. I'm tired of it, bro. And I think that above all things, we need to stop living in the worlds that could be, the world that would be, the world that should be. Because like Tupac Shakur says, we're cursed. We're cursed to know how this world should be. And I think together, we're going to lift this curse, but it doesn't start today. It doesn't start with voting in November. It starts today with the lessons that we teach each other. Yeah, I had to write it down. Mic check! I said mic check! I don't want to start off. I want to start by thanking each and every single one of you for being here today. Because if you're not here, you're not standing out in that field in that lot reaching all the way back there, there is no movement, there is no change. We are doing nothing if we are standing here talking and you are not down there listening. If you are not spreading the word of what we are here to preach. So I want to say thank you. And I want you to thank yourselves and thank each other right now. Get loud! Get loud! Together, and that is something beautiful and amazing. And there are not a lot of places where I can look out and I can see all of your faces, or where I can know all of your names. And that to me is something special, something that you cannot get in these other areas. I want to talk a little bit about the Heights, the Heights. It's a city that prides itself on diversity, on inclusion, on forward thinking, on being better than the other communities surrounding us. We like to say we are better downtown, than Shaker, than Solon, than Twinsburg. And why? We say that because we are the most progressive. Because we're the most culturally diverse. Because our public schools have ratios that other public schools don't. Because our culture is brighter. Because it's more colorful. I'm looking out across you guys right now and I see so many rainbows. It makes my heart break. I love it. But I'm here to talk about two colors. I'm here to talk about two colors. I'm here to talk about black. I'm here to talk about blue. Because I'm a black man in Cleveland. I'm a black man and I have brothers and sisters. I got some down in Cincinnati. I got some down in Nashville. I got my brother living in California. But I'm here because every single struggle I feel here today, they have felt. I'm here because I have brothers and sisters who I do not know, who have felt the same struggles that I have. I'm here because there are so many of my brothers and sisters who want to be here with us today, but they can't. They can't raise their hands up and say that they made it through, that they made it past police brutality, that they made it out of the system because the system took them away from us too soon. And it's a system that we have lived in our entire lives, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing about the police who feared for their lives. Gun holstered at their side, they feared for their lives. Yet we were running with our backs turned. We were jogging down the street. We were sleeping in our beds. I'm tired because we were in a car, but it got filled with 137 shots. I'm tired because I went into the grocery store. When I came out, they told me I was stealing. I'm tired because I was walking a dog years ago, and a cop pulled up beside me and said I matched a description. A description of who? I was 14 years old walking down Demington Road when I was stopped because I did not belong on that street. I'm mad. I'm mad because I have stood up here and I've talked to you, but I know that my brothers right here next to me have felt the same things that I have. I know that every time we get pulled over, it's not 2 cops, it's 5. I'm in a right turn on red 2 years ago, legally. I got stopped for an illegal use of my turn signal. I had 5 cop cars in my rearview mirror. I'm standing up here telling you this. I was driving my family home from a soccer game years ago. I got pulled over on the Monticello speed trap. And before the cop got out the car, I told them, don't say a word, don't tell nobody, don't say nothing. I love you. How many of you have to turn to your sibling and tell them that you love them because you was going a little fast? you have to say you love you. I love you. To all of your family members when they leave your house in the morning, and you say I love you when they come back at home because you're not sure that they are going to make it back that day. I'm here because I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing the tragedy on the news. I'm tired of turning on my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram and seeing the black fist up. I'm tired of having to put my black fist up. I am tired of all of it. And we live in the Heights. We live in a place that's supposed to be better. We live in a place that's we're supposed to show the world the way to go. We're supposed to elicit change. And I'm tired of looking around my community and not seeing the same change that I want to have. I'm tired of being a statistic. So today we're going to rep the Heights the right way. Today we're going to rep that badge that we have, that black and gold that we wear. I will rep the Heights the day I die, but I am tired of repping a city that will not rep me. We can hear and see with our eyes, that I can feel with the blackness of my skin. I am telling you, we are here together. We are going to make these police cut this outrageous budget. We are going to make them invest in our young people. We are going to march on behalf of the Tamirs, on behalf of the Desmonds, of the Sandras, the Amas, the Briannas, the Georges, the Michaels, of every single family that could not be here today because they are in the house crying because their child, their son, their brother, their sister, their mother, their father was taken way too soon. But there are thousands of families across this country that can't stand with us. So today, we are marching for them and we are marching for ourselves. Today, as we walk down these streets, they are going to be walking right there with us, and they will be singing with us, and chanting with us, and crying with us, and hurting with us, and loving with us. And I want you to say their names. To my right is the family of Rakina Jones. They have some words to say to you. They will tell you a little bit about their story. And I want you to be quiet. I want you to listen. Because it's a family that has felt this heavier than I have. This is a family that knows the pain that we are talking about. This is a family that has had so much taken from them at the hands of our police, of our system. So please, listen, give them your attention and show them some love. Please, thank you.
First of all, thank you all for being here. Standing here with you all, first of all, to God be the glory. Thank you, God, for this. Generations as a child and adolescent, I was taught to respect the police. The police is around to make sure that we stay safe, and if we had any problems, go to the police. I was taught that. So in this generation, as of today, my sister is in a grave. because of police brutality. She'll never have a grandmother from her mother. Her daughter would never have a grandmother. Her son would never have a grandmother. She couldn't tell any stories like I can tell her about her mother that she can pass that on. And also in the grave is my uncle who was killed by a rookie cop. That's two people. His daughters was babies. They don't even have no memories of their father. My sister was very verbal, as am I. And all over the news and social media, and forever in a horrific scene and a statement being made by Rakina Jones, is all she said is, I do not want to die in your jail. She did the appropriate thing when law enforcement came. She asked them, was the body cams on? Because she wanted it all on record, as if she was scripting her own death. To God be the glory. She wasn't cussing, she didn't being resistant or anything, yet she did die in their jail. She tried to explain her medicine to them. They didn't want to hear it. We came up there, we called. No, we're not taking anything, nothing from her. No. Call somebody else, call in the morning, talk to a supervisor. Then they didn't know that she was internally sick. So why did she have to die in that jail? Y'all probably thought like, yeah, oh, they're gonna get him. But no, the cameras inside that jail, y'all, they told us that they were motion sensor. So every time you move, they gonna see it. But when we got there to view those tapes, they were malfunctioning, is what they told us. Yes, somebody was supposed to be in that room watching every single cell. Well, how did my sister end up upside down? Because before she was making up her bed, her cot or whatever you want to call it. Next time the camera clicked in, she was upside down, covers all messed up with rigor mortis under her nails. That made my sister lay there and died by herself in that jail cell. How unfair is that? When she begged, please, I don't want to die in your jail. My son's 13 years old. The police come down the street, they run in the house. Why? Why? They this size, but why? They're only 13. Why should they be afraid? When my uncle was the captain of the motorcycle unit, and my grandfather was a police cop, and I studied criminal justice, and my mother was a dispatcher, and my sister and my uncle died because of police brutality. Understand that Black Lives Matter, and please understand this part of Black Lives Matter. We have to push Black Lives Matter because those are the most lives that are being taken. Those are the lives that are being taken. We're not discounting anybody. What we are saying is, lastly, my daughter, she was my sister's, that was my sister's role. She loved my sister. She loved my sister. She was taking everything she could learn from my sister. And all she wanted me to say was, all lives don't matter until these Black lives do.
As we begin this march, I want to remind each and every one of you that we are here together. We're here as a community. Stick to the streets. We will not go on the sidewalk. We will not go near the business. We will take to the streets to show them our power. We will take to the streets to show them our voice. We will take to the streets to win back what is rightfully ours, which is a place in this world that cannot be taken from us on the whim, on a dark night, in the middle of the day, from a police officer who wants to just feel a little bit of something. These officers who want to take a little bit of that power and shove it back in our face, but we haven't had the power before. So we will show them today with our voices and with our bodies that we have power. We will show them what we are here for.
incarcerated.
Rarely
Just go home.
do I qualify myself as the adult.
They tell you not to walk on the sidewalk, say okay,
I know what I'm doing.
and go home.